While we've grown up, we've nitty bong. I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our weekly Transformers Earth Wars news stream. Hello to everybody in the chat already. Had a nice chat going on leading up to the stream. I always love to see that. Blade Allspark just came in. Davian Thule, Joey Johnson, Shockwave, Shattered Glass. Good to see. It's Izzy plays BMGO. Grind Time. Thanks for being here, my friend. Let's see. Evil Teacher, William Edward Hackman, Gen 1 Red Alert, Luke Prefer, Lord Monk, Shadow Hall, Windblade, Firefly 123. A lot of familiar faces and some new faces, or at least new names that I'm not familiar with. Welcome to all of you. And if you're watching the replay, we do this Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. And how about we talk about the Transformers Earth Wars news. We saw the new bots coming to the game this past weekend. It's Beast Wars Prowl and Ramhorn. In the meantime, I did manage to get toys of those figures, so we'll actually check those out. Plus, also, we'll find out what their abilities are. They are coming this weekend. We'll talk about the event. And I have some few crystals to crack from the event on my Decepticon account, so we'll finish up with that. And so this weekend's event is called Detonation. The new bots Prowl and Ramhorn are joining the ranks. Gather your alliance, take part to win up to 75,000 combat and combiner spark, 100,000 regular spark, and 100 detonation crystals, with a chance for 3 or a 4-star Prowl or Ramhorn, or character shards of those bots, and also crystal shards. I think this is the second time we've seen this particular event. It's only been 1 or 2 times before this, where if you don't get the 3 or the 4-star, you don't get 2 stars anymore. You just get shards. So if you finish enough prestiges, you might get enough character shards to complete a 3-star, even if you don't manage to pull the actual 3 stars. So we'll talk more about what all is actually coming in the event. It is a prestige event, like I said. There are 100 prestiges. It starts at the usual Friday start time, ends at the usual Monday stop time. Super XP throughout the event. You got to be at headquarters level 4, and to be in an alliance, you hit the yellow event button, pick your zone, pick a battle, win the battle, get the points, and go collect your prizes. The event battle zones are the standard battle zones. And here are the prestiges. It's 10,000 points per prestige. There are 4 levels. First you get Combiner Spark, then you get Combat Spark, then you get Regular Spark, then you get a Detonation Crystal, and then you can do it all over again up to 100 times. And here's the breakdown of what you can get in the Detonation Crystal. There's a 25% chance of getting something related to the new bot, either the 4-star, the 3-star, or the character shards. The percentages of that within that particular option they didn't give, but 25% chance you're going to get something related to these bots. Another 25%, so 100 4-star shards. 30%, so the most likely would be 200 3-star shards, and only 20% a chance of 500 premium shards. So actually the premium shards is the lowest chance, but they're all relatively equal, really, right? So Prowl cannot abide mess. It offends his twin tenets of sound reason and cool logic. In his book, mistakes happen when rash decisions are undertaken, and all deciding factors must be carefully assessed and compartmentalized before a course of action is decided upon. This degree of dispassion tends to distance Prowl from those under his command and can manifest as a degree of hesitation that enemies try to exploit. Once roused, though, this Maximal Elder is a roaring, rending force of nature, especially in beast mode. And here he is. This is Beast Wars Prowl. If we go ahead and put that on the screen there with his game model, so you can kind of see. So it's pretty darn close to the actual toy. So I managed to find a set of these guys on eBay last week. I didn't get here in time for last week's video, but they're obviously here in time for this one. So pretty good likeness. So all of that stuff back behind him, that's accurate to the toy. That is his lion's mane. So there is Prowl. His ability is called the Fire Shield. They're really pushing the fact that he's a lion there with his ability icon there. Your max health is increased for the rest of the battle, and you heal yourself. I'm not sure if that lasts for the entire battle or not. I don't have these guys on my account to test to let you know if that's true or not, but I guess we'll find out. But also for 15 seconds you surround yourself in flames, causing damage per second around you, very similar to Megatronus or the Slash and Hunger passive ability. So that's pretty cool. Next up is Ramhorn. Ramhorn doesn't do subtle. He says and does, sometimes without the says bit, and almost always before good sense, has had a chance to prevail. Brute force and coercion are his tools of choice, and he's happy to ride roughshod over friend and foe alike to achieve his goals and seize power. Densely armored with seismic blasts at his disposal, he goes through obstacles rather than around. Though intelligent, his belligerent obstinacy blunts his effectiveness as 1/3 of the Tripredicus Council. And managed to find a version of these guys too. So there is Ramhorn in toy form. So he's got quite the appendage on the top there. So you can kind of see them compared to the game model. And up close, there he is. There, really good likeness. They definitely did look a little bit cooler in the game than they do in the toy. But I mean, these toys are from like 1997, I think. So they're actually pretty darn good. Considering how old they are. So yeah, so there is Ramhorn. And, whoops. There is Ramhorn and Prowl in toy form for you. Pretty cool. And these two guys in particular have small feet, and they're a little difficult to keep standing. So, is it a deluxe class? They didn't really have that class size back then, or if they did, I'm not sure. I would say roughly deluxe sized. Prowl is a little small. So I'll give you a little preview of somebody else that we're going to be getting who is a deluxe, who we'll be looking at a little bit later, who's a deluxe class. So there is Huffer. Just came in today compared with Prowl, so he's a little bit small. Huffer's already a little small for a deluxe, and Prowl is even smaller. And Ramhorn, they kind of linked together. So Ramhorn's a little bit bigger. He's roughly the size of Kingdom Huffer. So there you go. Hero DJ Hart says, I know Kingdom's coming out soon, but why wouldn't they use up all the original Beast Wars cast before getting into the Japanese sequels? Probably because these guys are 1/3 of a combiner. So I think these guys are going to be building towards the next combiner. That would be Magnaboss for the Autobots and Tripredicus for the Decepticons. And I can put them together. It takes a little bit, especially with Ramhorn, because this dude kind of flays completely out. You'll see when we actually do that a little bit later on. So anyway, his ability, as you may have guessed, is pretty much identical to Prowl's, except this time it's called Acid Splurge, and you get a nice picture of his rhinoceros beetle for his icon. Same exact thing, except you surround yourself in acid, causing damage per second around you. So it's kind of like an acid Megatronus ability there. So yeah, Huffer's in the game. Is he getting a new model? Yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't see Huffer getting them updating the models in the game for ones that are already there. Okay, so next thing they put in the newsletter, and we've been kind of hearing about this quite a bit over the past few months in the VIP. So they've had the Discord server for VIPs only for a while now, but they're opening it up to everybody. If you're watching this video, you'll be able to join this Discord. In fact, you can join it right now. You can't really chat or do anything yet, but you can at least get in there, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here. Basically, there's the link. It's also in the description of the video. You can click over there. If you have Discord, it should take you right to there. I'm not sure if there's anything that you have to do to enter it or not, but they might make you have to. I'm sure you have to sign up for a Discord account if you don't have one. But you can join it. You can see some things, but there's not a whole lot of chatting just yet. That comes when they do the full opening on Friday, April 30th. So at 6 p.m. Universal Time, which would be -5. That would be 1 o'clock Eastern Time, U.S. on Friday, April 30th. So during this weekend's event, it's going to open. And to celebrate, and this is the reason why you want to go over there, if for no other reason at all, they're going to be doing daily giveaways that 10 winners each day can win 500 5-star shards, 10,000 of one of the sparks, 1,000 4-star shards, 1,000 premium shards, gold XP cores, silver XP cores, or a Discord chest which could randomly give you any of those. So if nothing else, get on over there, sign up, join in, do the giveaways, and if you've been on my Discord server and you know how I do the giveaways, I learned how to do the giveaways from the way that they do that on the Transformers Earth Wars the Discord server. We use the same bot, so if you know how to enter the giveaways on my server, you know how to enter it on theirs. So definitely get over there and join up so you can hopefully win one of those prizes. Also, in addition to that, a lot of people ask, how do I become VIP? And when I say, oh yeah, we got VIP crystals to crack with people, there's a Hoist, how do you become VIP? How do you become VIP? And the only answer I could give was spend way too much money, because it was never published. They really didn't say how. Well, now it's confirmed. You don't have to spend way too much money, because they're opening up a new way in the Discord server, so you have to join their Discord server. Again, the link is there in the description below, where there's going to have an application process, and you do not have to spend any money. You could be completely free to play, and you could still get VIP. What are the criteria? We don't know yet. So that's what I guess suppose that's going to be one of the things that we can find out, or at least you'll be able to see what the application looks like when they do start accepting those applications once that server opens up to everybody on Friday. So there you go. I will say for sure, they have said, and it makes a lot of sense, you got to be active in the game. You got to be playing the game. They're not going to give you VIP if you log in for, say, 5 minutes once a week. That's probably not going to be somebody who gives you... it's probably not somebody who's going to get VIP. But if you're in there every day, you're doing a bunch of battles, then I think you would at least be in consideration. Again, what the actual criteria are, don't know. I suppose we'll find out at some point if they choose to publish it. But definitely be active. And one last thing coming on Friday along with this, and this is actually a pretty good deal. Now, you know I definitely spend way too much money on bundles, but I never really try to push you or push anybody or suggest that you should go out and spend money on the game and do bundles. Because, it's your hard-earned money. Maybe you've got better things to spend it on. And I'm going to basically say the same thing now. If you've got other things to spend the money on, or you can't fit it in your budget, then go ahead and pass it. But this is probably the best deal. If you're going to spend money on the game, this is the best deal you can have. For right around the $20 price point, it will vary depending on what country you're in. It could be, up or down from that. But right around the $20 price point, they're releasing a very brand new bundle, and it's an amazing deal. They're calling it a new joiner bundle. Once you upgrade your headquarters to level 4, and see, this is geared to help people new to the game, to help them get a kickstart, but it will be available to everyone at this time. Once you get to headquarters level 4, you will be able to, given this option, to purchase this bundle. And as of this time, they've said it's not going to be a time limit. It's not like, well, you have a week to get this, and then it goes away. They said there's really no expiration on that, so I suppose time will tell. But in addition to that, when you get your headquarters to, what do they say, headquarters level 8, when you unlock the opposite faction, you will then be able to purchase one of these bundles for the opposite faction. So you could actually get up to 2 of these per account, one for the Autobots and one for the Decepticons. And which one comes first depends on which main faction you chose. What's in there, you ask? Well, let's get to that and why it's worth it. First of all, guaranteed 4-star Optimus Prime or 4-star Megatron. Guaranteed. That is what, it's not a chance, you're guaranteed that. You're also guaranteed all 6 of either the aerial bots or the Constructicons, setting you up for a 3-star Superion or Devastator. Guaranteed. There's no chance at all. You definitely get these. Now, if you're an established player and you already are lucky enough to have these characters, I imagine they're going to be treated just like duplicates, and you'll get the 4 or 5-star shards, the Spark, the Power Core, things like that. That would be my guess. But for new players right out of the gate, this would be amazing. And I know a lot of people are still struggling to get their first 3-star combiner out, not including Omega Supreme or Overlord. And a lot of people many years in still don't have the 4-star Optimus or Megatron. Here's your chance to drop 20 bucks and get them. So definitely worth the money. That right there alone would be worth the 20 bucks. But on top of that, you get like 130 more crystals from, I want to say it was like 40 premium crystals and 10 of each of a warrior class specific, an air class specific, a special class specific, triple changer class specific, healer, and gunner class specific crystals. That, in total, that's 130 new crystals where you can get either new bots or duplicates that gives you even more resources. For comparison, going through the normal bundle rotation, the bundle for 80 premium crystals costs 100 bucks. Here you're getting 130 plus 7 guaranteed bots for 20 bucks. This is the absolute best deal out there. If you're going to spend money, spend it on this. But if you're not going to spend money, hey, that's fine too. But in addition to all of that, you still get 100,000 Spark and Combiner Spark, 10 million Alloy and Energon, 100 Mark III Battle Boosts, 120 Fuel Cells. Keep in mind, the Fuel Cells go straight into your Fuel Cell rotation. They don't go to the inventory. So time your purchase of this. Time it before a weekend event where you might want a few extra Fuel Cells to help you out. That might be this weekend, it might not. And then it finishes off with 2,500 Cyber Coins and 5,000 Shanix. Which, what is 5,000 Shanix? That's enough for an Overlord or Omega Supreme 3-star part. It's also enough for a build bot. 2,500 Cyber Coins can buy you a build bot. So if you're brand new starting to the game, it's real hard with just 2 build bots. You can have a maximum of 5. This bundle right here will allow you to easily basically get 2 additional build bots if you want. Or you can still spend them on anything else. So a fantastic value. Again, I'm not really pushing you to get. I'm not saying you have to get it, but if you're gonna spend money on the game, spend it on this bundle. All right, enough of that. Enough of that. I think you guys get the point. But yeah, just to sum up, it will be available starting on Friday, and it will be available starting at headquarters level 4 for your main faction and at headquarters level 8 for your opposite faction. I would imagine if you're beyond headquarters 8, you'll immediately have the option to purchase both bundles if you want. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the news. Just a reminder, go ahead, subscribe, youtube.com/engineerhoist. That's where we're doing our streams. That's where the replays go. And also, speaking of Discord, I do also have a Discord. There's the link for it. It's also in the description below. I know a lot of you are there already, but if you're not, come on over. We do weekly giveaways where you can win a bundle of any of these prizes. It could be up to 10,000 premium shards, or Spark, or Combiner Spark, or Combat Spark. So there you go. Speaking of Combat Spark, one last thing about that bundle is notice there's nothing in there about combat bots. No, you don't get any combat bots, you don't get any combat spark, and the reason is because when it arrives at headquarters level 4, you don't have access to combat bots. So it wouldn't make sense to give you any kind of combat bots or combat spark at the time for those players at that level. Also, there's no power cores or power core chips. From that, I would imagine that you're still going to get the power cores from the duplicate bots if you're already at the level and have unlocked the power cores. But that's why you don't see any specific power core types of things. Grind Time made Jazz dance with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, thanks for doing the news. Here's a quarter of that bundle price for you. Perfect. Thank you. so much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, Oktar, like Oktar saying, on that bundle, if you get it, it's confirmed. The fuel cells do not go to inventory. They will immediately go into your fuel cells. So if you had 50 there waiting for you, you'll jump to 170 and you'll have to use them up. So time your purchases of this bundle for when you do want to have those extra 120 fuel cells. And last thing, as I always say, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Engineer Hoist for infrequent behind-the-scenes content. Okay. So, let's go ahead and take another look at these guys. So there is Prowl. And I know you guys are probably thinking, well, what does he look like in his alt mode? Okay, well, if you give me a second to transform him, I'll try to do it on camera. And so there's that. There's a little preview of Magnaboss's head on the back of the lion head. I only done this once or twice, so okay, so I know that spins around. Oh, yeah, that's right, these spin around too. And the legs go around. Oktar, thank you for the donation, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Really appreciate the support from all you guys with the super chats. And also shout out to my channel members. Sorry I don't have a list of you guys right now. If you see anybody in the chat with a green name, they are also supporting the channel through the memberships. That allows you, if you do that, you can have access to some exclusive emojis you can use during the chat. Alright. Trying to get everything lined up with his head and all of that is always one of the trickier parts. Yeah, combiner Big D saying both sets as well, like the animal transformation, but the combiner transformation is so. Yeah, I like Magnaboss. I like the Magnaboss. Ironhide's a little crazy, a little funky. I don't know why I can't get him lined up as well as I'd like to. Oh, should have done a little bit more practice on this. Why is that not coming together? And I don't want to force it on a very old toy. it's supposed to come together. Maybe that's it. There we go. And he does have a weapon, which basically makes up the his lion behind. So after much awkwardness of watching a 40-something-year-old fumble with a 20-something-year-old toy, there is Prowl in his lion mode. Should give some idea of what he's going to look like in the game. So there's that. Getting the head and all the arms and all that lined up just right is tricky, most specifically when you don't know when you're not super comfortable with what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, I suppose it'll be fine. But okay, yeah. So there you go. And there's Ramhorn. His whole backside basically is just his beetle shell, and that's a natural place to want to hold it, but as you can see, it's also a natural place for him to flip. Alright, so first thing is you kind of close up his head there, and you kind of turn it around. He's got some legs here, and he's got these, the chest pieces kind of come up and around. So a little bit of a clearance thing here. Arms just kind of fold alongside the back, and then the legs you see kind of just flip around and fold up, and there is, much easier to figure out, there is Ramhorn in his rhinoceros beetle, and there's basically your ability shot. Just straight on from the rhinoceros beetle. There you go. That's Ramhorn and Prowl. Ignore the split in his mane. It came apart there. There's Ramhorn and Prowl in their beast modes. All right, practice before you show it off next time, Hoist. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, how about we go crack some shard crystals, which will almost certainly give me some 3, maybe a 4-star crystal over on the Decepticon account. Alright, so 118 crystals. And, oh, I guess I do have a new bottom. It's just a 2-star coming out of level 10 upgrade. Excited. Yes, indeed. I have 100 event crystals. I completed this event. I went through and I grinded and I spent coins and I grinded and completed all 100. Why, you ask? Because I had 0 prime cores and now I have 2 prime core chips here to open. That's why I grinded and got that, is because I knew that if you complete the event, I needed to actually complete, I think, 90 of them, and I was like, well, I'm that close, might as well go all the way. So I figured, hey, I can go from 0 to 2 if I just grind out this event. So I did. So of course I did do a little bit of power leveling. I've got a 3-star Death Source who actually was working pretty good. I had him about almost at 40, got him to 40. I coined him out of his 40 and kept going, and he ended up at 50 by the time I was done power leveling pretty much every one of my 3 and 4 star bots to where they need research. So I'm not getting much XP from any of my battles recently this week. All right, how about we go ahead and for a comparison on my Autobot account, I think I maybe did 4 prestiges. I didn't really play much of my Autobot account, just because I was really focused on, because I had all the Prime Cores on there. I didn't need them, so I focused on this one. How about we go through these Prime, or these Shard crystals first, because they should go pretty quick. Oh no, they are doing these one at a time. I thought they would do it like the, I guess I'm thinking of like the Alloy and Energon, where you hit it the 10 and it just kind of shows you. So we'll go grab all these shards. So definitely already have another premium crystal, and we'll be having some probably 3 and 4 star. Hopefully at least 1 4 star. Almost certainly at least 1 or 2 3 star crystals. That's not a bad spread. There are equal chances for all of these, so that first round of 10 was pretty equal. The cons have rejuvenated you. Yeah. Well, I've been rejuvenated for the to try to catch my prime my con account up a little bit. Crusher's predicting the Prime Cores will be Alchemist and Vector. Got any other predictions? And, you know, I was also thinking, it's like, you know, I got the 1 Prime Core. It's like, you know, if I can get 2, then even if 1's Nexus, then at least I'd get 1 useful one. But if I stopped at just 1 Prime Core, man, imagine if I had gone through all that and then ended up with Nexus. I know Nexus is useful for some people, but not at the level that this account's at. Brought Hoist to the dark side. Crusher, you could have this power. You could have this power too. All you have to do is take my hand. A little heavy on the premiums on that little round. Firefly's calling Alpha Trion and Micronus being nice to me. I don't even know who I would even put any of these Prime Cores on. There's a lot of the bots that I have on my Autobot account that I have the Prime Cores on, I don't think I have their Decepticon counterparts. Well, I have Onyx on my Cup on my Autobot account, but I just got a gold G1 Dead End Core, so he's got that now, and he's going to be staying with that. Grand Galvatron's guessing Solus and Megatronus. Oh, we got another vote for Alpha Trion. Oh, and a Quintus. Welcome back, Poke Pequeño. Raul Quinza, I think. Greetings from Argentina. Nice, thanks for checking in. That's a fairly even distribution on that one. Silverbolt saying Nexus and Prima. I'd be happy with Prima. Nexus is useless to me right now on this account. I really need to work on my raid squad on this account too, because I don't do very good in raids right now. A couple of bots I definitely focused on leveling up this weekend was trying to get my Cutthroat and Dirge. I have 3 stars of each of them. That's the best I have, so I was definitely focusing on trying to get them improved. Because they're big helps for raids. Oh, we gotta vote for Alpha Trion and Onyx now. Prima and Alpha Trion. A lot of votes for Alpha Trion. Mega Bomb voted Liege Maximo and Prima. Oh, we still got a little ways to go. Is Brainstorm a good raid bot? I would say probably not. Dirge is great. Well, okay, well you're talking Autobots, so that would be Blades and Perceptor because they can hack. You can do a lot of good damage if you can hack the right defenses in a raid. A lot of people like Silverbolt. I haven't taken my Silverbolt in there, probably just because I haven't managed to level him up much, but I do have Bumblebee in there. With his area of effect stun is very helpful. Trax or Cutthroat is a must in raids. Even if you got a 3-star, take him in there. Blade Allspark checking in from Portugal. Almost 2 a.m. Wow, man. Thank you. Go get some sleep. Windblade's voting Alpha Trion and Megatronus. Ooh, heavy on the 3-star shards there. I do like Brainstorm as a bot. I do like Brainstorm a lot in normal battles. I just don't think he would do particularly well as a raid bot. I wonder if you were to use that, and if you know how you the raid defenses have multiple levels. If you complete a level and you get those ability points, I wonder if that would trigger a Brainstorm ability. I'm guessing it could go either way. It could be or it could not. If it doesn't, then Brainstorm absolutely not. Alright, so there's that. It says we got 5 crystals to collect. 37 premiums. Oh, and a free crystal. A 4-star and 4 3-star crystals. So we'll grab the 4-star. That's a lot of crystals. And I've got a decent collection of bots on this account. And thank goodness for this 10 at a time button. I've got a decent collection, but I would wager we'll probably get at least 1 new bot out of all of these. At least 1. There we go. Okay, so I did already have 16 premium crystals. Those came from a couple of bundles that I had because I needed some coins to help with the cooldowns and also some fuel cells. And they also came with a few premium crystals. So, claim to free one. OCD is triggering. Okay. I guess that means I have to go claim the Autobot free one as well. We'll go ahead and crack those. This is for grind time. Got a duplicate RC. And a smart bomb. There you go. OCD cleared. Or untriggered. Okay. Dupe City time? Well, not entirely. We're gonna be pretty heavy Dupe City, but we got 2 Prime Cores. How about we do the first Prime Core right now? First Prime Core on this account is... Oh, that is my Cronus. Okay, who had my Cronus? Who had my Cronus? That's a good one. And I'm actually kind of glad about this, because I do have a 4-star Aster Train, which is similar to my Springer, who has my Cronus on my Autobot account. Every time I use Aster Train, I'm sending him over there thinking I'm taking my Cronus, but I'm not. But now I think I can. Unless I want to reconsider and maybe put my Cronus on somebody else. And we'll go ahead and do the other Prime Core now. So if anybody's just waiting around for the Prime Core, this is for you guys, and then you can check out if you don't want to stick around for the Dupe City. Second Prime Core is... Oh, that's what? Solus? Nice. Okay, who had Solus? Anybody have my Cronus and Solus? Solus Prime. Let's see, I have Solus Prime on my Bumblebee on my Autobot account, which is helpful because I take Bumblebee on the raids. So that means he also brings Solus. And I do have a 4-star Scrapnel. I'll have to do some thinking about that. All right, so let's go through these premium crystals. These are from the bundle that I had. So settle in. It's time for Dupe City. And if you actually were a member, you would be able to spam me with Dupe City emojis, because that's one of the emojis that I put in there. So, bludgeon. Yeah, I'm very happy with those 2 Prime Cores. I agree, Oktar. Very happy with those 2 pulls. Okay, so we got those 6 out of the way. Now we can go for the 10 at a time on this group. We're solidly in Dupe City. I don't know if I mentioned on stream, but or if I just said it in Discord. I don't know what made me think about it, but yeah, I was chasing Lugnut there for a while, and I was like, oh man, I just can't get Lugnut. But then it occurred to me, go check the MIA bots, and it turns out I had plenty of character shards to claim the 3-star Lugnut. So I actually took my 3-star Lugnut to well over level 40 this past weekend. So so if you're chasing a bot, and if you happen to be, you know, you get the character shards from the duplicates, and it's, certainly if you've purchased bundles trying to chase that bot and you're not getting them, go check your MIA section. You might have enough shards for a 3-star crystal, or a 3-star for that 3-star bot. Because yeah, I could have had Lugnut long ago, I think, but I totally forgot. So okay, this all is food. Let's go with these other premium crystals. We got 7 of them to do individually. Starting off with Waspinator. It thought about it, gave us Avocado Megatron. Speaking of which, I started watching Transformers Armada. Some of you guys were just telling me, hey, go check out Tubi. Armada, Energon, and all that stuff is on there. And so I started watching Armada. I was cracking up when he first showed up. He's just standing there grunting. It's like 10 minutes of Armada Megatron just looking at the kids grunting. I'm like, what is this show? It got better. But you had the little mini-cons sitting there beeping like R2-D2, and then yeah, Armada Megatron's like, I was like, does he talk? And then it turned out it was David K. He sounded just like Beast Wars Megatron, but a little bit more mechanical. I was like, oh, okay, so this is going to be cool. At least I get to enjoy David K. as Megatron. The Motormaster honked? I didn't even catch that. And there's Bombshell, our first Rhinoceros Beetle in the game, to be joined by Ramhorn this weekend. Alright, let's turn on the X10. Silverbolt says, heads up, Energon is very painful. Thanks for the warning. Deploy! Nightbird to Night Raven. And I have to be honest, I'm not paying super close attention when I'm watching Armada because I'm usually playing the game while I'm watching it too. So I'm not paying super close attention to it, but overall it's okay.
Storm Shadow.
Storm Shadow? Okay, that's a Night Raven. Yes, I get it. I get it. That's Night Raven's little call sign or saying. Yeah, more food. Yeah, I know there's some build bot cores, but I'm headquarters I think 14 right now, so I'm like 3 headquarters away from even using them, so I'm not even saving them. Certainly not the silvers. And Galvatron says that our Armada Megatron is a favorite incarnation of Megas. Yep. All I gotta say is, what did they do to Cyclonus? Made him a helicopter and made him a goofball. It's such a tragedy what they did to Cyclonus in that show. Starscream is basically Starscream so far. Hot Shot is basically Bumblebee, although I did catch where they called him Hot Rod a couple of times in the first few episodes. They called him Hot Rod. I'm like, ah. Still mostly food. I've got plenty of those already. And last set of Dupe City premiums. What do you see? Smokescreen. Oh, I've seen Smokescreen. He's basically like a crane, and like the crane arm is like one of his arms. I've seen the toy at least.
Swindle.
The red alert in there seems pretty cool though. It took me a while to figure out the, that one thing they didn't really do was like, the info dumps where they would, like when you were first watching Beast Wars, it's like half of the show is just Optimus Prime maximize, Megatron terrorize, Pterosaur terrorize. Half of the show is just them calling out their names saying maximize or terrorize. But it took me a while to figure out the names. They didn't do that in Armada, so that was a little surprising. I was like, not even like Optimus Prime saying, red alert, go do this. No, he would just say, come on, men. Which, that's weird too. Why are they calling them men? They're not men. But I suppose it's a figure of speech. Oh, get more. Let's go take care of Grind Time's OCD. It's probably a 3-star crystal wait for us. Alright, so now we have 5 3-star crystals. Let's go ahead and see what we get. We're probably going to have a pretty nice little stay in Dupe City here with these as well. Starting off with the Cyclonus. Oh, we're getting a new 3-star. See, I told you we'd get at least one new bot. 3-star Trigger Happy. I'll take it. Yes, I will take that one. That's very nice. There's Fellbat, who is working awesome in my outpost, by the way. Since I put Fellbat in my outpost, I'm winning probably about 50% of the time. Scavenger. Oh, we're getting another one! Doubled my prediction. Woohoo! Drag Strip. Not so exciting because I do have a 4-star Drag Strip already. But still, I'll take it. And finally, the 4-star crystal is a new bot! Woohoo! Who do we got? Galvatron! Nice! Of course, I get the Galvatron here, yet I still cannot, for the life of me, get his counterpart on my Autobot account. That's cool, though. I do like this Galvatron. Alright. Excellent. That's a nice way to end a crystal cracking, wouldn't you say? So we'll go ahead and get this two-star Straxus. Okay. Okay, so you guys want to see my base? It's a little unconventional. I set this up many years ago, or whatever. So I just kind of got it off to the one side over here. But I did do a few adjustments though. Like I moved the stasis mines back in here. I've got nice full gold EMP shock on this shock tower. I got a silver one on that one, and I've got Fellbat right here in this outpost right next to him. I've got Sound Wave, and all these cannons have that high velocity shell, so they've got a longer range. And a lot of bots a lot of teams will come in over here on this side by the shock tower, and if they haven't cleared out most of the base by the time they pop Fellbat and Soundwave, it's pretty much done. But you know, some of them, you know, if you come in with an aerial attack or gunners and you take out the high targets, because like also if they're paused right here in this area, these beam lasers can basically reach you. And the missile launcher can reach you. So right about where they get stopped, they're just getting bombarded with basically my whole defense. I don't necessarily recommend this for everybody, but it's working out okay for me. And if just for proof, okay, so I did have a string of 3 losses there in a row. But see, I got victory, then you know, see, I got a lot of victories in there. So yeah, I definitely lose there. I actually won 3 in a row a few days ago. So, a lot of defense wins right there. So, it's a little unconventional, but I'll tell you, Fellbat. And Fellbat has Dial, and Soundwave has Ravage. Another 2 key components to have in your outposts. Yeah, honestly, more than what bot you have in your outpost is make sure that you have. Did I say Dial? I meant Overkill. Overkill and Ravage. Have those combat bots on your outpost bots. And it works against you too when you're attacking, because there's one time I went in for an attack and took out most of the base. About the only thing left were the outpost bots, and my squad was basically almost full health, and I lost because of the little Night Stalkers in Dials, and it just they're great for your own base defense, but they're terrible to attack. My bottom line opinion is I think Night Stalker and Ravage are a little bit too overpowered for outposts. The biggest thing is they're going stealth. So anyway, that's my thought. They probably ought to turn off the stealth mode for the outpost just to give you a little bit better chance, because you shouldn't lose an entire squad because of one Ravage. So anyway, that's my thought. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the game. So if you're just here for the game, have fun. Thank you for coming by. If you want to hang around and talk a little bit more, we'll continue to talk a little more, because I got some toys to show off. In fact, you want me to, you know, take a little bit of time to put together the Magnaboss and Tripredicus, so you can kind of see what they are. I still have them mostly put together, because I just pulled Prowl and Ramhorn out. And just let me tell you, when we get Beast Wars Ironhide, oh my goodness, that dude is crazy looking. He's crazy looking. PB2 says, oh, check the Discord. Okay, what we got over here? Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get that set up. PB2 it is our resident Minecraft builder of bots, and we've got Ramhorn built. So let me just go ahead and make sure we go get that set up. Okay. There we go. See behind, we've got looks like we've got Megatron and Black Arachnia Waspinator. There's some more angles. There's the back side. That's his good side. There's the other back side. There's his other front side. You now you can see Tarantulas and Mindwipe and Skull Smasher back there. Cool, cool. And there you go. Looks like he's leading the charge. He is General Ramhorn after all. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you for sharing, PB2. Very cool. All right. Okay, so I got Prowl. Gonna get him into his Magnavoss configuration. While we continue to chat a little bit. Grind Time saying, did I see the new Shattered Glass Megatron figure coming out? I did. The coloring is very cool, but come on, man, that transformation. Just don't transform him halfway and then that's the new guy. Seriously? Alright, so I gotta see if I can remember how to do this. Okay, so I remember that kind of. Okay, I think that's that way. Something about that. I'm gonna have to pull out my instructions. He's a little tricky. By the way, you can find instructions for most figures online. That's where I ended up finding these because they were not sold with instructions, as you might expect. Older figures. No, that's... Oh, that's right. That's not all the way back in there. Okay, so he basically folds up into this dude's head. Skywarp Greer, what's going on, man? And so he also comes with Silverbolt, so there's kind of a preview of Silverbolt. Word is he is susceptible to some gold plastic syndrome, although not quite as bad, probably because he's not directly gold, he's more of a bronze color. This guy's in pretty good shape, and he actually feels pretty solid. I'm treating him gingerly, though, and not forcing anything. So he's just got kind of clips on the inside, pegs on the inside of his wings, which clip on the side of the mane here. You guys might think differently, but I personally think this guy looks totally awesome when he's all fully combined. And then Ironhide was probably the worst one, only just because he's got a bunch of panels just kind of like hanging off him. But he just kind of is splayed open right now. And so you just basically sit this guy in here. And if you've done it right, everything lines up properly. Now, before I do that, I want to get his weapon here, which is a combination of parts from each of the 3 different animals. And Autobots, are you ready for your likely next new combiner? Magnaboss. Check this dude out. Is that not the coolest thing ever? He's like a dude with a lion's mane wearing an eagle hat and elephant tusks around him. This is so funny. This is so cool. And apparently, if you move these eagle flaps out of the way, he's actually got missiles that shoot. I'm going to try. I'm pretty sure they still shoot. Yep. Probably too fast to see, but yeah, they just kind of shoot in there. But yeah, there you go. I'm sorry. You can say what you want. I love this figure. This is just like the most awesome figure ever. And I'm going to be very happy to see old Magnaboss in the game. We're getting Prowl this weekend. Silverbolt the Eagle and Ironhide the Elephant are going to be coming. And let me tell you, Ironhide is scary looking. When he elephant, he just looks like an angry elephant, but his robot mode, scary looking. Alright, so Ramhorn now. You basically open this dude up and you just completely flay him out because he becomes like the arms for Ramhorn. Both arms. So Let me tell you, when I was first transforming this guy, I was trying to do it without the instructions, and I got so lost in this transformation. I was trying to transform him from, I think, robot to beetle, and I just got, okay, there's got to be some trick to it. And I was like down here just trying to transform him to beetle or robot, and I'm like, this cannot be right. And, well, I was right. It wasn't right. And then I found out, oh, okay, that's all there for his combined mode. Getting there. There is Tripredicus for all of you Decepticons and Predacons out there. Look at this dude. Close up on his head. Is that not the craziest thing? He's just like an evil clown or something. He's got bright orange eyes. He's got look at his teeth. That's crazy. So this is likely what we'll be working towards for the Decepticons. Yeah, he's a tough one. He's going to be a tough one to make in Minecraft, that's for sure. And yeah, so basically you got his torso is Cicadacon, who basically turns into a cicada. His legs, and it kind of goes up to the back, is Sea-Clamp, a lobster. And then his arms, which on one side kind of goes through the middle, and then the other side is Ramhorn, who is a rhinoceros beetle. So there is your Tripredicus. And we'll go ahead and get them right next to each other. I did see the super chat there. I will thank you in just a moment. Tripredicus and Magnaboss. Those are likely next combiners to be coming to Transformers Earth Wars. Very cool toys if you're into that sort of thing. I'm personally very happy that I was inspired to pick these guys up, because they are probably the craziest, most unique combiners out there. Super chat was from TG Twisted, and he asked a question. He says, "Hey Hoist, if you could add any new feature and also improve any feature into Transformers Earth Wars, what would it be?" Oh, goodness gracious. You know, that's not really something I think about a whole lot. New feature or improve a feature? A lot of the things that annoy me about the game are probably the same things a lot of other people are annoyed by. You know, drop rates, research lab. I mean, sure, they added the second slot, which is great, but even then, it's still, there's just so many. That's tough. You know, a lot of the things, you know, that I'd like to see updated are things that they've already said. No, that's kind of not how it's going to be. New feature. I don't know. I would say I agree with a lot of the people that say that like to have like a second base. You know, kind of like if for no other reason, just like like a temporary base. Like, okay, well, if I'm designing a base, I want to be able to. I'd like to be able to go and kind of design and see how it looks. But if I don't like it, I'd like to be able to, like, back up to the last base. Like, maybe have like a base history. You go ahead and go and you design your base or something, and if you don't like that, you can go back to like a saved base that you had before. I know you can kind of do that now. You just don't save it out. You go into the edit mode and kind of design it. And as long as you don't save, if you back out and hit cancel, it puts everything back. So you can kind of do that. But sometimes it's a little hard to see when you're in that edit mode. But that could get a little tough because you couldn't be an automatic thing. So which base would you go back to? So you'd have to be able to specifically say, okay, save this layout. And then you could try a bunch of stuff, but then that could be exploited because because the intention is not to be able to have different bases. Like, okay, well, this is going to be my raid base or my my PvP base, and then this will be a war base, or so that would be a tough thing. But it would be nice as far as designing bases would go. I would say that would probably be the only thing that comes to mind right away. I mostly just take the game as is and play it, Okay, so Grand Galvatron took off. If you're still around, have a good evening. If not, we'll chat later. Denali Kid is here. Apologies for being late. Apologies accepted. Zab Reaper asks, if Tripredicus gets released, do I think he'll be easy to get? If you're talking like in the game, well, the first part is this weekend, and I think you'll get varying opinions on whether this would be considered easy. Some people really like these chance crystals. Some people hate these chance opportunities. They'd rather see a leaderboard. I would think most of the people who would be in favor of the leaderboard are the people, routinely in the top 5, who are basically guaranteeing a 4-star. I would think most of the people that against this random format are the ones who routinely get them. Not 100% across the board. I'm sure there's people that aren't ever in the top 5 still hate the chance crystals because that's how it is. You could go through, you could complete all 100 prestiges, and I'm sure it's happened where the best you can get out of it is maybe a 2-star. If you just got really terrible luck. But I think they've improved the chances of, it's a 25% chance to get something related to the bot. I think some other chance events, it was a far lower chance, so people would go 100 prestiges and then just end up with a 2-star, not even a 3 or a 4-star, and that would be kind of ridiculous because those are the people who would at least get the 3-star in a leaderboard. So I could definitely see some gripes against that. It's nice that they throw in the options because with this, there are people who would never ever have a chance to get a 4-star, and they could get one out of the random. Or at the very least, you might be able to get the 3-star from the character shards. I definitely think the character shards is a definite improvement for releasing the new bots. So the other 2 bots that are going to come out, they're either going to come out in this type of event, or they may come out as part of a leaderboard event. I would think probably at least one of them is going to be a leaderboard bot. And then after that, they're back into the normal. Then they're into the normal crystal rotation, where it'll take about 6 months before they hit regular premium free type crystals, and in the meantime, you'd have to basically buy bundles to try to get them. So they're not going to be any harder or easier to get than any other bot that comes out. I would say it's probably going to be easier to complete Magnaboss and Tripredicus, only because it's highly likely that it'll be just the 3-bot combiners, like these toys. So yeah, I see that's the second part of your question. And since these 3 parts would be easier to get, yes, I think it would be easier to get just simply because they're 3-bot combiners. Unless they decide to make one of them super hard, super rare, but I'd be surprised if they went something like that. You know, like if they made like I don't know, Silverbolt and Cicadacon. Well, first of all, I'll say Silverbolt and Cicadacon are going to be paired. C-Clamp and Ironhide are going to be paired. That's going to be your pairing on that. So unless they decided to make, like, say, Ironhide and C-Clamp be like Death Source and Starsaber rare, then I think it'd be just as easy to get, easier to get, only because it's three bots each. Looks like grind time checked out. Silverbolt saying flashback to Afterbreaker. BB2 crankcase was practically impossible. Joey Johnson's checking out. A lot of people dropping off, but Lego Prime just joined, so thank you so much. Yeah, as far as the chance events, I kind of like them. We never complete the event. We usually get about a quarter of the way through, 20, 25 prestiges. And I don't usually have good luck with the crystals. But I do like the shards because, what was it? It was the Hoist event, Hoist and Crankcase. I didn't pull 3-star, didn't pull the 4-star, but I got enough of the crystal shards that I was able to use the shards for the 2-star and the 3-star. So that's why I really like the fact that they're giving the character shards instead of 2-stars. Instead of seeing duplicate 2-star after duplicate 2-star after duplicate 2-star, knowing that you're really getting nothing out of it, I'd much rather get 100 shards, 100 shards, 100 shards, because 5 of those gets you a 3-star crystal for that bot. So I definitely like these now that they started doing the crystal shards. It's way easier to get a 3-star bot. So yeah, so earlier I kind of showed him off as a comparison. So the Huffer here from Kingdom just showed up today. Just came in this afternoon. Didn't really have a chance to do anything with him except take him out of the package. You know, he came in, you know, while I was at work. You know, I'm working from home, but still I got him in, but I still got to work. And then after work I come over and prepare for all this. So I just managed to basically get him out of the package. Seems pretty cool. A lot of people really like him. I was trying to see if there was a way I could put the gun on his little shield thing here to kind of pretend it was like his mini turret in game, but no, there's no place to peg the gun in. I do believe the gun splits in half and goes on the side of this thing to make his bed, I think, but there's no place to plug it in like a 5mm peg hole to hold it as a gun. Also, came in today along with him. It's rack tonight, and yeah. So some of you people my age probably get that little jingle. You young whippersnappers are like, "What are you singing about?" So those old McDonald's commercials from what was it, the 80s or early 90s, like Mac Tonight. There's like some dude with a crescent moon head. He's sitting there on the piano. It's Mac Tonight. And this is Rack Tonight, so it kind of fits. It's Rack Tonight. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not a comedian, but there he is. Same deal like Huffer. I mostly just got him out of the package, and haven't done anything. I did notice that he basically doesn't have hands. He just has pegs that are off the bottom of his bone feet, and this here is just. This is his weapon, which sits in the back of the box. If you've gotten any Kingdom figures, you know in the back of the boxes they hide weapons back there, and it just kind of pegs onto the end of his hand or end of his foot. You can kind of fold the peg up so it looks more like he's holding it like a sword, or you can make it more of a stabby thing. And I did notice that he's also basically eating his arm, because you just plug this arm in the mouth of his skull. So that's kind of funny. But other than that, no idea how he transforms, and I'm sure it's cool. Oh yeah, I kind of came across this. So he can get like a super extendo arm, because you fold that up to be his shoulder, but it can like super extend. So you can have like a super extendo arm, I guess. Something. So some of you guys got the reference, Scott. I was trying to think, did I get anything else? No, I'm thinking of Mang the Boss and Tripredacon. I was like, okay, I got these guys, but there was something else that came in. What else came in? It's like I was thinking of the other guys. Yeah, so that was kind of my haul there. Air Razor, also in this wave, should be coming in tomorrow, I think. Denali Kid, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for accepting my apologies for being late. Been a busy day. Yes, days are always busy. Congrats on the 4-star grapple. Yeah, managed that not too long ago. Yeah, always great to see you too. I forget, you had a different Twitch name, Optimus Rodimus, I think. Was that it? William Edward Hackman has a 2-star and a 3-star Huffer, but just a 2-star lockdown. Yeah. It's real hard keeping 2 different accounts to be even. My Autobot account was always higher than my Decepticon account because it had at least about a month head start before, and then I was playing them pretty much equally for a while there. My Decepticon account is way behind now. Just because I mostly abandoned it for about 2 years. I've only just recently started picking back up. That's why I had no Prime Cores, because I stopped playing it regularly before Prime Cores were even introduced. The only good thing is I did reach VIP status on that account before I quit playing it, so every month when the VIP crystals would come around, I kept getting those crystals. So that did help me get a fair amount of decent bots, even in the time that I wasn't playing it. Like, I know you guys are going to hate hearing this. 4-star Megatron is already on that account because he came in from one of those VIP crystals. 4-star Blitzwing came in from one of those VIP crystals. So, Big Bronze Rim says never started a second account. Smart. I mostly started the Decepticon account because at the time, that factions feature wasn't even a thing. You couldn't play Autobots and Decepticons on the same account. So, but I still wanted to play and cover the Decepticons, so I started that account. And just, but then mostly I ended up, setting it aside when, once those factions feature came out and I started, collecting Decepticons on that main account. I was like, well, what am I playing? Why am I playing these for? So, why did I start up again? Who knows? We'll give the credit to Sharksy or Bruticus or Oktar or Firefly123 or whoever in the PPX family who wants to take credit for it. They can have the credit. I was already resurrecting it and looking for a family when they grabbed me. But we'll give them credit. We'll share credit at least. So, Optimus Rodimus, I knew it. Or at least I thought I knew it. I didn't know it at first. I had to think about it, and then I knew it. So. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I never got around to the X-Transbot gravestone. The trailer came in last week. It's still in the box. I just never got around to it because it kind of got superseded by old Magna Boss and Tripredacus over here. So I'll figure that out eventually. Oh, you did start a Big D started a second account for the free 5-star that's coming up. Nice. Yeah, it's a pretty good chance that's going to be my first 5-star on my con account. That was another thing that wasn't around by the time I quit playing. I don't even know how many. Yeah, I'm at 3,200 of 5,000 5-star shards on the con account for the first crystal. So I know you guys couldn't see that. I was just checking the thing. I don't know. Maybe that had a little bit of a push. I don't know. The trailer transformation is pretty awful. Yeah, I saw Bobby Skullface's video on it. not like I was learning to see how to do it or anything. Mostly, but before I even got it, I saw he did that. I was just like, okay, I want to go see how horrible this is because I know if I watch M go, he if it's really bad, he'll say so, but he tends to push through and just kind of gloss over things that are bad just because he explains it so well. But Bobby transforms things the way a lot of people transform things, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's kind of popular. You kind of do it, and you kind of figure it out as you go, and that's not quite right. You get this kind of just then, and you get frustrated along the way. And so yeah, very honest reviews from him. That's one of the reasons why I like watching him. But yeah, so I figured if I want to know what the experience is going to be like transforming the thing, go watch his video. So yeah. I'll do it at some point. I didn't get it not to transform it, so I just had other things to do this week. And I don't know, part of me is also like, man, when I go do that, I need to set aside like 2 hours to go do that, like focused. And this is like, I never really felt like devoting 2 hours at any point this week to that. I had other things going on too. So, have a good one, Oktar. Thank you for coming. And we'll see you next time, man. Snap one of the leg joints off of Menasor. Ooh. Infamous Devil Savior split review. I don't think I ever saw that one. I wasn't ever interested in those Devil Savior things. I was perfectly fine with the Hasbro stuff. I understand why he's looking at it. I mean, a lot of the things that Bobby reviews are not even his stuff. It's like things that other people, his friends and whatnot, they'll actually buy things and send them to him. So I can see why he would, he's not necessarily in on that line. And my get for that one, I would guess that's probably something somebody sent to him, and he probably felt terrible because he broke his friend's toy. That's my guess. Haven't seen it. But he's not the kind of person that I would think collects Bayformer stuff. What's my favorite combiner? Asks Lego Prime. Mega Bomb, you have a good weekend too. Have a good night. My favorite combiner. That's kind of hard now. My answer was always Computron, because that was the only one that I completed as a kid in G1. But I'm telling you, Magna Boss has really impressed me. I just love the look of this guy. I'm probably going to stick with Computron. But now if you're talking in-game, Volcanicus is great. Defensor, Victorion, any of those three. But I don't know. I'm just so impressed every time I look at this dude. It is kind of funny though, because I mean, if you look at his backside, that's basically just Ironhide's head sitting right on his butt. So just don't look at him from the back. Just don't look at him from the back. Look at him from the front. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with Computron for my favorite combiner right now, but I'm just gonna say Magnaboss is a strong contender. Lego Prime favorite combiner is Optimus Maximus. Cool. Oh, Emgo did with the Devil Savior. Oh. I may have seen that, or at least I've probably seen something where he referenced it. Yeah. Yeah, he's usually pretty laid back, pretty easygoing, and all that. You don't see him get too frustrated very much, and he takes his time to really practice and work things out. Not like me, who fumbles with Beast Wars Prowl over here, but. It's always impressive watching this stuff. So, I mean, if he's having trouble with the figure, you know it's trash. So, yeah, there's one thing for being complicated or whatever, but it's, you know, at the same time, you want it to be enjoyable, you know? Take it easy, PB2. I mean, that Bayformers Mixmaster is just, that's just a terrible design. Even the Revenge of the Fallen, the original movie version of it that came out. I didn't get the original one, but I got it in like a 2-pack or something, so he's more Constructicon colored. Terrible. Terrible trying to figure out how to transform that thing. Terrible. Just absolute mess. The one that came out in Studio Series, surprisingly not that bad. Still pretty challenging, but not nearly as bad as the original one from Revenge of the Fallen was. But that it's just that particular character, kind of like the Bayformers Ironhide. It kind of is it's a cool character, but when you look at how he's put together, like the Masterpiece one, a lot of people are like, oh, it's terrible. Even when I first saw it, it's like his arms are on his back. You know, it's like, what is wrong? And then you go look at it in the movie, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is kind of how it is. It's just a poor design, you know, that doesn't translate well to the toys. I mean, his arms are hanging on his back. When he brings his arm, you know, like in the normal gun holding pose, his fist is just basically at the front of his chest. It's like that. Those are useless arms. T-Rex has a more useful forearms than Bayformers Ironhide, you know. So anyway. When he's animated and moving around in the movie, you don't really notice that. But when you see him in toy form, you realize that that's just not a good design. So. William Edward Hackman says favorite combiner is Defensor and Abominus. And Denali Kid says Victorion and Computron. I haven't used Computron enough to rate him on the others. Basically, my Computron and Lio Kaiser have just been sitting in the lab. I'm pretty sure I have enough Combiner Spark to level them. They're both 3 stars, level them to 10. So that's generally what I do when I get the new combiners. Yeah, they just spend a few weeks in the lab leveling up to 10. So I haven't even really used them much. So, okay, I think things are winding down. A lot of people are hopping off, and I think it's my turn to hop off. I do appreciate everybody swinging by and hanging out. It's always fun to hang out and chat with you, talk about the game, talk about the toys, talk about other YouTubers that we all watch. Every night there comes a time when there's just you kind of hit a wall, and I'm starting to feel that wall approaching. So thank you all. We'll see you all next week. Keep rolling, my friends. See you next time.